Ever feel like you're taking 2 steps forward and 3 steps back, ultimately getting you farther and farther away from the life that you want? Well, today we are talking about the 6 most common excuses that are keeping you small and that are keeping you from reaching your goals. It is all about the power of choice today, and we are going to give you some empowering words to really fuel you up so that you can have what you need to push past your excuses and finally say no. We are actually going to be doing some implementation over in the Facebook group, so go check out Multipassionate Mompreneur. If you would like to participate with us, this will give you that pact, that commitment that will help you to push through to finally get to the other side, to finally get those 3 steps forward. So first of all, let's start at why. Like, what is choice and why do we do these things? Why do we make the excuses? So it is in our ability to make decisions when we have options. That is choice. That is your power. And I want you to hold on to that. But there's a few things that tend to creep up. So let's get to it. Number 1, you don't have time. I've said it before. I'm sure you have. So I want you to think about what you are saying that is popping up that is, I don't have time. Is it true? Do you really work every second of your day? Are you really, blocking out all of this time? The fact of the matter is as a creative rebel, I have so much tried to not tally my time. And so here's the thing. I will not tally my time, yet you better believe that I will randomly be deep cleaning something or doing a project, or even just the other day, I was watching tutorials on how to make things on Procreate because, as my husband puts it, apparently I'm obsessed with that right now. Anyway, which that's another idea. Like, why is it that we are obsessed with something when we're doing something we enjoy or trying to learn something new? Anyway, all right, on to number 2. You don't know how. So maybe there's this knowledge that you don't have, and maybe you even feel uncomfortable that you don't know it. We don't like to feel uncomfortable. We don't like to feel vulnerable. And so this is an excuse that can come out super easy because it is living in that discomfort that makes us to go out and figure out how to do something. And that is not that stretching that I talked about in the last episode. That's not comfortable. So we don't like it. And then number 3 is I can't do it. And this sounds like number 2, but this is all about your self-confidence. So the belief that you have in yourself is going to get you to start. And I think that as creative entrepreneurs, I feel like a lot of times we don't have that problem. I know that I start a lot. It's definitely that finishing part for me. But I have noticed that as I've gotten older, or like just things have gotten, you just keep building the things on top of each other of all of the expectations and all the things that you need to do and show up for, that it kind of, that belief of you being able to do it right now does kind of fall off. And so how can you flip the script on that so that you can build that confidence in yourself, whether it is positive affirmations, whether it's getting around positive people so that you can get those good words in, listening to a positive podcast, or joining our challenge. So number 4, the timing is not right. So it's a tough season and maybe you're just like, you know what, I will just lose this weight like later whenever, I'm out of this season, or I'll work on that or start that business I want to do like when I don't have a toddler, or maybe you are just whatever it is, but for whatever reason, you are letting the excuse pop in that the timing is not right. And here's the thing. As someone who has had a kid under 5 for 16 years, literally like every 5 years had a kid, can you imagine if I went by that? I would never have started anything. I would have constantly been in this like under 5 years old, like season of crazy. And yes, I realize that for your situation, it might not be the small kids. It could be some other type of rough season or timing just being off. But I would just want to implore you that you have choice even in those matters. Like, you have choice on being able to have help come in. You have choice being able to outsource things. You have choice being able to even just pick just one thing to focus on and to do, just so that you can have that consistency and the belief so that whenever the season is over, you are still ahead more than you would have been. And then number 5 is this idea that we are too young or too old. Now, I have actually lost 80 pounds before. I've had, each time I have every 5 years, have the kid. Every 5 years, super sad, missing my mom, gain a bunch of weight, and then I eventually would lose it, right? So, but then what happens, a couple years later, have another kid, repeat. So has been this idea right now that, oh, well, I'm older now, or like I'm out of shape now. If there's something like I'm too old to do the thing. And you hear this a lot of times with entrepreneurs because they will think that they're too old to start that thing that they wanted to do. And the thing of it is it's not. So how can you push past this? And then number 6 is, I would like to do that, but I don't have the money. So there's this idea that we think that we have to invest a bunch of things, money to get started. And there's this lack thinking that I think has become a really popular excuse. And so I'm hoping that through this No Excuses November, you can pick just one thing that you want to kind of push through, one limiting belief, whether it is working on overindulgence, procrastination, or negativity, or any of these limiting beliefs, that you will head over to our Multipassionate Mompreneur group, and that you will identify the one behavior you want to work on, that you will work together, and we can kind of like decide that we are going to make this pact, that we are going to make no excuses, and that we are going to show up for our goals. Because here's the thing, it's going to add belief, it's going to add some self-confidence back in, and it's going to make you find the time so that you can find the knowledge that you need, and so that you can realize that you can do it. And so our brains are just amazing, and we can use these tactics. Like, we get so sneaky in figuring out how to remove discomfort that we are just, I don't know, it's just really amazing. Every time I go and like listen to different podcasts about the brain or read, that the psychology of it is just amazing. So we will actually rationalize the behavior that we're doing whenever we're making an excuse. And I've even done this recently where I'll be like, it doesn't matter what I do. I've already had a bad day, or I deserve this. Like, we like tell ourselves we deserve it. And I'm pretty sure I deserve to be healthy and feel good. So that can't be it. But we rationalize the behavior. Like, it doesn't matter. It's not important. It's a drop in a bucket. It's not going to make a difference either way. And then we also deny. So it's kind of like, my kids didn't sleep, or, the hubby worked late, or the photo shoot was at dinner time, so I had to go through the drive-through. Like, we deny responsibility that we could even have changed it. So there's this like omission of blame, I guess. And so are you denying responsibility that you have any kind of choice or control in your circumstance right now? And then, of course, we distract ourselves. And this is the one that I definitely am very good at. And it's kind of like, all of a sudden I'll have all these photos to edit, or I'll have all of these projects to do. And then I am instead going and doing some other task that does need to be done, but not right then. So it's kind of like starting that deep cleaning or going through the drawers and getting out all the clothes that don't fit the kids anymore. A very not really that important task at that moment when I have other things that are more pressing. And so we definitely do this a lot, at least I do. And then I think that's part of the rebel in me, though. I don't know. And then another thing that we do is we change it. And so this is the one that obviously is going to be more in alignment with our values, our beliefs, our responsibility. This is going to be the one that's going to have the best motivating outcome for us. And so this is the one that I would like for us over in Multipassionate Mompreneur group to really focus on for November. So this will start on November 9th, which is next Monday. And so this episode will hopefully you'll hear it, and then you'll hop over there, or you can check me out, find me on Instagram, and let's really kind of form this pact to commit to each other, to just show up for ourselves, to make the time to push past our limiting beliefs, and to finally just say, I have a choice. So the body I'm living in right now, I have a choice that it's that based on my core values. The bank account I have, that is a choice. The amount I'm spending on Amazon, that is totally a choice. Or what are so many aspects. The time that I'm spending on my business whenever I could be playing with the kids, or the time that I am watching Netflix instead of diving into this new project that could be amazing. So I just want you to think about that power of choice, and how that your excuses are so keeping you small, that if you just take the time to push past them, what kind of potential could you have? I really hope that you join us over there so that you can change it. Take the time. Yes, it does take time, but this will make you be able to have that time to address it, make it important, and kind of get stubborn about what you want. So I hope this was helpful for you. If you found it helpful, go ahead and share it into your stories, screenshot it, and I love hearing what you're thinking of the show. So pop in a review too if you'd like. And yes, this episode was done on my phone from my bed at about 10 o'clock at night. So here's the thing. Don't make excuses. You just got to sometimes make it happen. And so if that is even doing a podcast episode at 10 o'clock at night on your phone, that's just what it is, guys. And so what is it that you can do to kind of make a choice to, even if it's messy, even if it's not 100% perfect, even if it's uncomfortable, that you can make yourself do it. So, all right. I will see you over in the Multipassionate Mompreneur group. Until then, I just want to wish you guys joy and abundance. Angel.